With me is the Defence Minister of Belgium. So my first question to you is, how is Belgium supporting Ukraine at a time when we have seen the war continuing for almost 3 years?
We're supporting Ukraine 100%. Military, humanitarian aid, and diplomatically. We will stand with Ukraine and will keep standing with Ukraine in this brutal war of aggression of the state of Russia. So we will defend Russia, we will defend Ukraine, we will stand with Ukraine, and we will help like we are doing for years, diplomatically, military, and humanitarian.
How do you plan to firm up the defense relationship between India and Belgium? I know there is announcement of the office of DA here in Delhi. So if you can elaborate the steps which are taken.
The Prime Minister, I had a really good, fruitful meeting with your Prime Minister, also with the Minister of Defence. We will try to make a defence cooperation agreement this year. We will make a task force in New Delhi, one task force in Brussels, and I will put a military attaché and high-ranked officer in the embassy here as soon as possible.
Also, any update on the tanks? If you can just elaborate, what is the update like?
So the Zorawar tank is a very important tank. It's a high-altitude tank, so that has to work in extreme conditions, minus 50 and above 50 degrees. So it's very important to have a really robust equipment. We have experience with John Cockerill Defence, a really big and important company who's working with Indian defence industry for long years. We're working together and we will make this tank together, hopefully. The contract is not really finally passed, but it's looking very good. And that emphasizes also with your Prime Minister, also with Minister of Defence. He knows John Cockerill Defence well. The experience is very good, so I'll hope that it comes to an end. It's a big patch, 700 tanks, so it's very important for the protection of the border of India.
So my last question, in terms of defense, you plan to invite the Indian Defense Minister. If you can talk about that, also Indian Navy ships as well. What's the plan like?
So I invite the Navy ships to come to the Navy Days in Belgium. It's a really important event, annual event. Hundreds of thousands of Belgians, they love our defense, they love our Navy, and I hope to see an Indian ship coming in Antwerp. Then we will have a port call, and we will also come with a Belgian frigate as soon as possible to a port of India. So that is a signal of sympathy, a signal of collaboration, a very important signal on the military domain, and I think it's important. And I invited the Minister of Defence to sign the agreement, the cooperation agreement in Brussels, hopefully before the end of the year. And otherwise, I will come. I will be lovely to come again to New Delhi. So.
And summing up, how was this visit? How important is this economic mission by Belgium to India? If you can talk about that.
But Indo-Pacific is the future, and the Indo-Pacific is a very important region also for Europe and the Atlantic region. So we will collaborate. It's really important. It was very good. You're a warm-welcoming people, welcoming people. You're a beautiful people, and I will be pleased to come again to New Delhi and to your beautiful country.
What do you mean by Indo-Pacific? Are you talking about the concerns about the Indo-Pacific? What is the pivot of Belgium towards Indo-Pacific, and where does it seize India?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of threats. We are living in a geopolitical, very dangerous situation in Europe, but also here, and I think it's important that we collaborate. You're the biggest democracy of the world. We're a democracy, a very old democracy. We have the oldest constitution of the world, so I hope that we can work together.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to WION. With video journalist Ajit Sidhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.